everybody, my name is Eric and welcome to the Jailcast. This is my WWE Smackdown live recap show that I do every week here on the YouTube channel. And Smackdown this week, it was on February 7th, 2017, emanated from Seattle, Washington. And the show starts off with Daniel Bryan coming out to open the show, and he cuts a promo from his home state crowd in Washington. Daniel Bryan was very over in this arena here. I mean, it's a real shame that Daniel Bryan had to retire because he was over as over can get, because this crowd absolutely loved him, and they showed it with all the yes chants over and over and over again. And Daniel Bryan looked very overwhelmed and humbled, as he usually does in this sort of situation. He says he's going to be a father soon. And on that note, The Miz comes out to steal the spotlight, and The Miz cuts a promo on Daniel Bryan for not being able to wrestle anymore and tells him to go be a stay-at-home dad. And then Baron Corbin, Dean Ambrose, and AJ Styles all interrupt as well, and they argue over who will leave Elimination Chamber with the WWE Championship. And Daniel Bryan says he wants to see a preview of that show tonight, and he sets up a fatal four-way between them. And by the way, that match will start right now, right? And so we got Baron Corbin. Actually, this fatal four-way was a great match. It was very fun to watch. It's a very good preview for the Elimination Chamber, and if they have a match like this inside the chamber with Cena and Bray Wyatt, it's going to be a great match. But this was a good preview, and the ending saw Baron Corbin hit the end of days on AJ Styles, and obviously there was some other action going around with the other competitors, but Baron Corbin pins AJ Styles for the win here, and that is a big win for Baron Corbin. I really like the push that they're giving Baron Corbin here. He's an up-and-comer, and they obviously like him a lot, but to give him a pinfall victory over the most recent WWE champion AJ Styles, basically right in the middle of the ring, is a big win. And I don't think Corbin's going to be winning the chamber or anything like that, but this is a good push for him. They're going to obviously start to push him a little bit to the moon here, and I think that's going to be a good thing. I like where they're going with him, especially since I found out Baron Corbin was an ex-football player for the Indianapolis Colts. I think that's a cool little nod there. So then we had Tom Phillips doing an interview via satellite with Nikki Bella and Natalya. I gotta admit, this felt a little corny to me. Now, I thought the two girls tried, and especially Natalya. She was laying some personal jabs in there to Nikki Bella about John Cena and how he was going to leave her for someone better, and if Natalya wasn't married, he'd probably end up with her. I thought that was a really good line. The crowd seemed to buy it too, and then Nikki stormed off screen. But Nikki just she came off a little, absolutely fake here. Like she just had no comebacks for any of the stuff that Natalya was saying, and Natalya clearly had the upper hand in this argument. So I don't know how this match will go. It's just kind of I think it's interesting. We're going to get 3 women's matches on the Elimination Chamber card, so this is one of them here. We're going to hopefully see an end to this feud, probably going forward, I'm assuming. Then we had Apollo Crews against Dolph Ziggler, and ever since Dolph Ziggler turned heel here, I was actually originally for Dolph Ziggler turning heel. I thought it would be a boost to his career here, because he's been losing, and I just don't care. Well, here we are again, and in a pretty quick time, Apollo Crews beat Dolph Ziggler again, and Dolph Ziggler got rolled up in a small package. And after the match, obviously Ziggler did beat down Apollo Crews before Kalisto tried to make the save, and then Dolph Ziggler whacked him with a chair and crotched him on the top rope, and Ziggler did leave standing tall. But if you don't start giving Dolph Ziggler some wins here, no one's going to even come close to caring about him. And I didn't care about this here. Yeah, it was kind of cool to see him get aggressive after the match was over, but still, it's not working for me. They've got to get him some wins. Now, Dolph Ziggler will be facing Apollo Crews and Kalisto in a handicap match on Sunday, as per Daniel Bryan told him right after this match. And if he wins that match, if he wins a handicap match against these two guys, I'll back off a little bit. I just think that Dolph Ziggler needs a win, and a handicap match, if they were to give him a win right there, clean, win, or I don't know, however he wants to win it, but that would be a good start. And if you get a win there, you need to continue to give him wins and help him build this back up, because he's been completely torn down and destroyed. After that, we had Mickie James and Alexa Bliss come out to the ring to do the dual championship match, or the dual match signing, I should say, the contract signing. Where Becky Lynch and Naomi also come out as well. And Mickie James was great here. She cut a promo on Becky and taking credit for what the women's division is now. Mickie James then said she was going to reinvent herself at Elimination Chamber and destroy Becky. Mickie James looked like she hadn't missed a step here. She looked great. She talked great. She cut a great promo, and just carried the weight here. And obviously after that, let's see, Alexa started to talk some trash to Naomi, and Naomi's had enough, so she kicks Alexa right in the head, which is a great kick, by the way. And then Alexa and Mickey get thrown out to the ringside, and Naomi hits a suicide dive on them, which looks like it really sucked for Naomi. Naomi and Becky then stand in the ring while Alexa and Mickey retreat up the ramp. So again, like I said, there's going to be 3 women's matches here on this card. 3 out of the 7 matches at Elimination Chamber are women's matches. So it's a little bit change of pace here. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how it goes. Then Luke Harper's backstage in a room with lies, and he cuts a promo on Randy Orton. Blah 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 blah. I'm going to get revenge. Yeah, huh. So no big deal. Then we had an interesting match. We had the Vaudevillains, the Usos, and the Ascension going up against the American Alpha, Breezango, and Rhino and Heath Slater, setting up their tag team turmoil match at Elimination Chamber. My question is here: why was Breezango basically a heel team on the babyface side of the 6-team match here? I just couldn't understand it. But anyway, the end of the match saw the Ascension get the victory over Rhino, I believe, yeah, over Rhino here, and it's basically just your standard 6-team matchup here, and there's nothing spectacular really right home about. So, but yeah, I just thought that was interesting how Breezango was on the babyface side. That was kind of weird. And then we had the main event, John Cena against Randy Orton, a match that we've seen 100 times, but we've not seen it in a while, so I'll give him credit for that. A lot of people kind of thought maybe this would be the WrestleMania Championship match now that John Cena is the champion and Randy Orton won the Royal Rumble, which I wasn't a big fan of, by the way. But anyway, that's probably not going to happen, and obviously they wouldn't have done the match on TV if that were the case, I would assume. Bray Wyatt is at ringside, and the match basically saw the referee get knocked outside the ring, and then Bray Wyatt got involved and started beating down John Cena, and that's when Luke Harper decides to come down to the ring. Then he clotheslines Bray Wyatt, and he falls out the ring. Then Orton sneaks in behind and tries to go for an RKO on Luke Harper. But Harper pushes Orton away, and Cena hits Orton with the attitude adjustment for the win when the referee came back in to count the 3. Cena pins and gets the 3 count, and then John Cena celebrates in the ring as Luke Harper looks on from ringside. And obviously, we're going to get Luke Harper and Randy Orton Elimination Chamber. This is a good setup for the pay-per-view, I think. I kind of think that the Randy Orton and Cena thing is this is a one-time deal. I don't think it's going to last much longer. And so that will take us to Elimination Chamber on Sunday. Overall, this was a good show, I thought. There was a few spots in it was kind of, but the 2 hours makes it a lot more enjoyable and a little more fun than Monday Night Raw. And so for Elimination Chamber, we're going to have 7 matches. The first match, I'm just going to do a quick little preview here of the show, and I'll probably do a review of it Sunday night and probably post it early Monday morning for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view as well. The match or the cards look like this: Randy Orton versus Luke Harper. I kind of feel like Luke. Well, I don't know. I would think probably Randy Orton will probably get the win here. Either that or it'll be a no finish. Probably one of those deals to kind of continue the feud a little bit. I think. I'm not sure exactly where they're going to go with this feud because I got a theory on Randy Orton's opponent for WrestleMania since he was the Royal Rumble winner. But I'll get to that here in a minute for the Elimination Chamber match itself. Then Apollo Crews and Kalisto versus Dolph Ziggler. As I said, I think Dolph Ziggler needs to get a win here, so I'm going to pick Dolph Ziggler to win that match. It will definitely help his heel turn get a little bit more credibility to it. Then we got Mickie James versus Becky Lynch. I could see Becky Lynch getting the win here because I feel like Mickie James is just here to kind of put the women over and kind of, just be there to kind of give them the rub, so to speak. So I'm going to take Becky Lynch to win that one. And then the Smackdown Women's Championship with Alexa Bliss defending against Naomi. I actually would not be stunned to see Naomi win the title here. Naomi made a point to point out that WrestleMania this year is in her hometown of Orlando. So if you give Naomi the championship here, she will be defending the title probably at WrestleMania, which could be a big moment for her. So I could totally see them doing that as well. And then you could have Alexa Bliss, be out for revenge basically, and maybe you set up a multi-woman match for the title at Mania. Then we got the tag team turmoil match. If anybody wins this match besides American Alpha, I'm going to riot because nobody else in this match is any good, with the exception of maybe the Usos. Maybe you give them the title, I don't know. But America Alpha has not had this title run for very long, and I think to give it to anybody else would be absolutely absurd. Then you got Nikki Bella and Natalya, which is listed as the second match on the card here behind the main event, which is kind of interesting. But I would figure that Nikki Bella goes over here. Like I said, I'll get into that here in just a second, but. For obvious reasons, I just feel like this feud's kind of run its course. For the Elimination Chamber matchup, you got John Cena defending his title against AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, The Miz, Baron Corbin, and Bray Wyatt. based on what I think is going to happen here, I think somehow, some way, Bray Wyatt is going to win his first WWE Championship here. I'm not necessarily agreeing that that's the best idea, because I feel like that will set up Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton, which is a feud they've been kind of playing a long time here, and Randy Orton can finally turn on the Wyatts and set up that match at WrestleMania. But my only problem with that is if they do that, Bray Wyatt better retain the title at WrestleMania, because I think it would be absolutely absurd to give Bray Wyatt the championship and then have him lose it a month later. So if you want to give him the rub with Randy Orton at Mania, okay, I'm fine with that. But and John Cena be losing the title like 2 weeks after he won it at Rumble. But I feel like that's the way they're going to go, because John Cena is rumored to be teaming up with Nikki Bella at WrestleMania to go against The Miz and Maurice, which they could also set that match up here in this match as well, with The Miz being involved as well. Baron Corbin, Dean Ambrose, and AJ Styles, I'm not sure where they're going to go beyond this point. I'm thinking AJ Styles, there's rumors he may, wrestle Shane McMahon, or, who knows at this point. But and Dean Ambrose and Baron Corbin, I can see them maybe being in like a ladder match or something at WrestleMania. Yeah, I just gotta feel like that's where they're going for now. I'm sure this Elimination Chamber match will be a lot of fun. It looks like they've got a lot of good talent in it, and I think it could be very entertaining. But it's basically a one-match card for the entire pay-per-view. If you don't want to see the Elimination Chamber match, it's probably a show you could probably skip. Well, that'll just about do it for me, everybody. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like what you saw here, please comment and like this video. And you can also subscribe to the Jailcast on YouTube by searching for Jailcast there. You can also find links in the description of this video for my Facebook and Twitter, or you can go to facebook.com/Jailcast, or you can find me on Twitter at EricJail. So until next time, thank you for watching. God bless.